Capricorn, I hope all is well. Welcome to your reading. Happy new week. Welcome. If you are new here, welcome to you. If you are returning, I am very grateful to have you here. Let's shuffle some cards and pull you a message from Spirit. My son is home with me today because there is no school. It is a teacher's training day, so I am doing the good old juggle today, but I thought let me come on here and read for you guys. Let's see. I hope you had an amazing weekend. I did. Let's shuffle some cards and get into this. Everybody has their personal readings now. I did just get one person booked with me today, so it's first come, first serve. My list is clear, but just an announcement, I am planning to close my books over the summer. I'm going to be taking a vacation. I'm going to be, unplugging, if you like. So now is the time, between now and I'd say mid-July, to get your readings in with me, after which I will be taking a long pause over the summer. I'll still be posting for the channel, but personal readings I will be closing soon. Okay, so email me blackbutterflydiamondtarot@gmail.com if you are interested. Please don't watch my finger. I cut my finger cooking the other day, so yeah, I've got an injury. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Spirit, tell me about Capricorn, the High Priestess in the reverse. So you're about to find out something here. This could be in regards to a Pisces. You could find out a secret about a Pisces. Queen of Cups in the reverse. All of these cards are in the reverse, okay? For some of you, you're dealing with a feminine energy. Ace of Wands in the reverse. What's the Seven of Swords in the reverse? Queen of Swords in the reverse. All these reversals. What's going on? Nine of Swords is in the upright. The Temperance. Okay. What's the Ace of Wands in the reverse? The Fool card in the reverse. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the Four of Pentacles. So there's some sort of leap of faith that you might have been considering taking with an individual. At this point, this could be a relationship. This could even be a business partnership, but it's more so giving something of a emotive nature. So whether this is a platonic relationship in your life, a family relationship, this tends to be about matters of the heart from what I'm seeing here. There isn't any pentacles here apart from the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which is more so I'm taking as it being a release. Some of you could be releasing a fire sign who's manipulative. This person could be very, very deceptive. Now, this is more so giving, like I said, a emotive relationship in your life. Somebody who you would have regarded as having a emotional based connection with them, be that family, relationship, what have you. Some of you are dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer. Some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Now you're about to find out some sort of information that is going to put you off of someone. This reading really sounds like another reading. I don't know if this was for you, Capricorn. I do feel like I was in this same spot when I read that energy. If you remember, if you watch multiple other signs as well of mine, then you might recognize this because it's looking very similar. I can't for the life of me remember who I read for. If it was even a collective, I don't think it was a collective. I do feel like it was a sign, but I don't remember if it was you. Something about someone finding out some information that is going to switch them off completely like a light bulb, okay? If you were on the verge of taking a leap with somebody or making a decision to go into something, so this could be like committing to a relationship, going into business with somebody, creating a scenario where you are, forming a friendship or an alliance of some kind. I feel like what is about to come out here is going to put you off to the point of you not doing that. So just brace yourself. If you have been preparing to kind of go the distance with somebody or preparing to involve yourself more deeper or heavily, with somebody, I do feel like that is going to be something you're going to be changing your mind on, okay? I do feel like you're going to be upset with whatever this is that you find out, okay? So this might put you in a bit of a sour energy towards somebody. You might cuss somebody off, okay? Point blank, period. We don't sugarcoat things. Point blank, period. High Priestess is in the reverse. Nine of Swords. Okay, somebody is possibly shaking in their boots and worried that you are about to find out something, or I don't know if somebody just we're going to clarify, but I don't know if somebody just anticipates that you're about to find out some sort of information, like their cover is blown, if they were trying to hide something from you or keep the inevitable from happening. Excuse me, they don't want me to talk, you see? Throat chakra seizing up. Excuse me. That is not going to be the case, because I do feel like you're finding out this information. For some of you, this could be a feminine water sign. Tell me about the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Six of Wands. Someone deserves an Oscar, I'm hearing. The world. You know what I'm getting? You might be dealing with somebody here. They're a performer, okay? This could be somebody who's online. This could be like an influencer or somebody who has an online presence. This could be like somebody who gets a lot of attention. This could be somebody who's high or heavy on social media. They enjoy, you know, the bells and whistles of the social media world. This could be somebody who is very much into Instagram, TikTok, whatever have you, whatever they're on. This might be one of those people here that you're dealing with, but this is like the energy of them wanting to put on the best performance to the outside, meanwhile possibly being very fake, or them living a double life where it comes to online. It's a different reality. They show people, obviously social media, if you are somebody who is tapped in and you see the world in a very kind of holistic viewpoint, from a holistic standpoint, then you're going to know that obviously social media, you see, people post what they want you to see at the end of the day, okay? It's very much smoky mirrors with social media, hence the reason why you have to be very careful who you follow, what you do, you know, what you believe, you know, not getting too sucked into what things look like and all the rest of it, you know. It's a very influencing type of genre where we look at social media as a whole, okay? If you're not careful, if you don't filter it through your own high vibrational means, then you know we're hitting a dodgy area, okay? Now you are definitely dealing with somebody here who puts on a front. This could be somebody who lives a double life. So on the outside of it, people feel like this person is the man, the woman, but they hide a lot of secrets, and one of which you're going to find out, okay? You might even be very upset that somebody presented themselves to you in one way, but they're not actually that. Be careful of viewing somebody through their social media and really being taken by something that isn't reality, because I feel like how somebody presents themselves isn't what they're telling you in its entirety, and you may be about to commit to this person or take the leap. But a lot of you are going to find this out in the nick of time to say no, okay, and not do what you was going to do with this person, whatever this is. Queen of Swords in the reverse, Three of Wands in the reverse. Whatever information this is coming out, okay? This might have, for some of you, it's already happened or it's here. You might get this news this week. It's here. There's something about it being here, and brace yourself, because you're going to be very upset with somebody. Ten of Pentacles. For some of you, it could even be a family member. Page of Wands in the reverse. You might even be getting told some sort of negative news, bad news from a fire sign. For some of you, it could come from a child. This is a real side note. If you do have a child with somebody, you could have a fire sign child, or this could be coming from a fire sign. You could get delivered some sort of bad news from a child. So it could be somebody, a child coming to you, your child, if you parent with somebody, telling you XYZ happened and it's going to blow this person's cover. There's some sort of information that's going to be delivered to you that you need to brace yourself, because it isn't good news, okay? Brace yourself for some sort of news. This could be coming from your family or a person you have children with. This is who it's regarding, okay? There's some sort of tie or roots or an establishment or some sort of long-term relationship that you were trying to have with somebody, and that's about to unfortunately be disrupted in some way. Tell me about this High Priestess in the reverse. Pisces energy, Magician in the reverse. Yeah, okay. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. The High Priestess in the reverse, clarified by the Magician in the reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. There's two feminine energies here. If this is a scenario where this is like you have somebody who has a baby's mother, or you are this person's baby's mother, you could even be married to this person, or this person's married. There's two women here. Somebody's been playing both sides. There's two feminines, and I feel like somebody's been going between two feminine energies. They've been lying about this. They're possibly worried that their wife is going to find out, or whoever they deem as the main, you know, the main and the side, main chick, side chick. And I'm saying chick because there's two feminines here. So this could be a masculine who's playing two feminines. To look at this person's social media, you would not think that this person moves this way. But again, I must stress to you, there's something here about someone needing to hear. Don't look at somebody's social media and run with it. That is not a true representation of who they are, what they're doing, what they're up to. They're going to show you what they want you to see. This is going to be somebody who is going to want to impress you. They ain't going to go and put on social media, I'm a cheating toe rag. They're not going to put that on social media. They won't, you know. They're going to put the nice parts of themselves. They're going to put themselves looking good, you know. They want their reputation to be spick and span, but it's everything but that, okay? Be aware there's another person involved. This could be somebody who's married. You might hear something from a child. Tell me about these two feminine energies. The Moon. Something's been hidden for a long time. You may be the one who is more stable. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. Four of Cups in the reverse. Why? Four of Swords in the reverse. There could be something here where you are busy with something else. So this could be like you're busy with work. Don't take your eye off the ball, especially if you are trying to build a relationship with somebody. You might be needing to look at something again. You could be needing to listen to your intuition. Maybe you've been very busy. You could feel like you've been a bit disconnected emotionally from somebody specific in your life, especially if you are dating somebody new. Your eye might not be on it. You know, when there's so much going on where your eye's not on it. The Lovers in the reverse. Who's this Queen of Wands? Four of Wands in the reverse. Nine of Wands. Why? Knight of Wands. And there's a fire sign who is collaborating with multiple people. This could even be something that is known by the community, okay? I'm hearing you're embarrassing me. So this might even be something that is like, brace yourself. I don't know how deep you're in with this person, but there's some sort of edge of something that you're about to leap into with somebody, whether that is, you know, moving in together. There's a new threshold that you could have been considering or dancing around with the idea where it comes to committing to this person or intertwining yourself with somebody a little bit more. And that is going to be something that you need to think twice about. Give it a little bit more time. But I do feel like this information is on your doorstep. This ain't going to be something that you're waiting ages for. Whoever this is for, it's either happened already, it's happening now, or it's about to happen in the next couple of weeks, if not this week. I'm hearing the weekend. This is kind of giving to me that somebody goes between two people. When you're busy at work, because there's something that's holding your attention that is not this person. So you might definitely own your own business. You're very action orientated. You might not rest a lot. So it could be that, you know, you're always on the go. You could have multiple jobs here. And sometimes because of how overwhelming things are or how busy you are, especially if you're a business owner or you're somebody who juggles many plates, you have many roles, you wear many hats, you may have overlooked something where it comes to somebody. You know, and it's easier said than done. You know, maybe you feel like, okay, this person's showing up trustworthy, but it's something here about maybe you being distracted or them waiting until you're otherwise engaged to do what they do. Now, I'm clarifying this Queen of Wands, this other person. This could be a fire sign that they're dealing with. This could definitely be a sexual connection between them and this person, this Knight of Wands energy. This Knight of Wands, this fire sign, for some of you, goes back and forth between the two of you. They may even block this person when they're around you. I'm seeing somebody blocking their phone. I'm seeing this other woman, this feminine energy. I mean, flip the roles. It could be a man. Gender is not specific. It could be a fire sign man or a woman. Whoever it is that they've been going back and forth between you, because you're coming up as this Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn, Earth sign energy to me as I'm reading this. Whoever this other person is, this person is possibly more insecure than you. This looks like somebody who may love to get attention. They could definitely feed off of that energy as well. They may get their charge and their passions from physical intimacy as opposed to validation from within, you know, validation from work. Whereas you're in a different ballpark where it comes to where you get your recharge from. You possibly are very work focused. You're a Capricorn, I'm not surprised. Money possibly drives you very much. So work possibly, you know, puts that battery in your back where it comes to you being very goal driven, you being very business orientated. You are somebody who gets your recharge through achievements possibly, as opposed to low vibrational means or more superficial means. But you know, it could be that you are very stable because you work hard. Okay, somebody else is insecure. Whoever this person is dealing with, they possibly like to go back and forth because they're able to manipulate this person. I do feel like this is like a talk to me, don't talk to me. When you're with her, when you're with you, when Capricorn, and this is from the third party's perspective. I don't know if they know about you or not. Do they know? One card. Upright for yes. Reverse for no. They might not know about you. Five of Wands is in the reverse. But they definitely feel like this person who they're dealing with is very wishy-washy with them. They possibly feel very insecure when this person's not speaking to this person. It's almost like the third party's wondering, where are they at? What are they doing? You've got someone here in a whole nother side situation outside of you. And they're getting away with it, or they feel like they've been able to get away with it because you work hard, you're focused, you're possibly even building something. Meanwhile, they're keeping hella secrets away from you, okay? Now, tell me about this leap of faith that the Capricorn should not be taking. Because like I say, we got this Ace of Wands in the reverse and that Fool card in the reverse. Something you're about to do, you've discussed this with this person, possibly getting more intertwined or creating some sort of contract or responsibility with this person. It could even involve money. It could be cohabiting. It could be, you know, coming together in some way, shape or form. I don't feel like that's a good move, okay? Halt the brakes on that. Slow that down. At least until you know what you're dealing with fully. If your intuition is telling you there's something that you need to switch on to, because you could be distracted. I've got to tell you that, Capricorn. Really look at the fine print with somebody that you're dealing with, because it's almost like they're looking behind them when you're otherwise engaged. Oh, they're working late. Okay, let me hop on over here and start talking to this person again after blocking them. Then they block them, then they come back to you. There's some sort of playing both sides here. What should Capricorn not be getting into with this person? Because I see there's something you should not intertwine yourself with. Ace of Swords in the reverse, because you don't see the full picture. You need to make sure you are completely clear before signing any contracts, letting this person come live in your house or going into some sort of property. There's something here about intertwining, okay? What is this about? Crown of Swords in the reverse, because somebody's not being honest with you. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, some of you are dealing with an air sign. Four of Wands, a home. Thank you, Spirit. This could be even family planning. This could be cohabiting. I said it. Something about a home. And the Four of Wands comes out with a Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups. This could be somebody here. Four of Pentacles. You could even be giving up your home to go and relocate with somebody. Think twice about this. For some of you, it could be children, pregnancy. If you do have a child with somebody, it could be, you know, moving in, whatever your scenario is. Maybe you haven't been cohabiting with somebody or living with somebody, whatever have you. Residence, something about a residency, or you considering combining assets, living under one roof, you know, paying bills under one roof with this person. You need more information. Crone of Swords in the reverse. The most manipulative king in the deck is here with the Ace of Swords. Someone's not telling you everything. For those of you who don't have a child yet, this news could be being found. You could even find out through a fire. There's a fire sign telling you something that's going to pee you off. Brace yourself. But there's something here. If you are thinking of children with this person, family planning, read the fine print. Because you could be getting yourself into a contract or a responsibility long term where you feel like you're landing on your feet, or you feel like it's going to be the white picket fence. You feel like you're committing to this person, that it's going to be, you know, the dream, and it really isn't. Seven of Pentacles here. It's okay to wait and hang on. There's a big message here about being careful what you invest in. Ten of Wands in the reverse. It could be as well that somebody feels like their life is going to be made easier by latching on to you. You could be somebody's, I want to say meal ticket, and that sounds awful, but it's because you work hard, because they know that your focus is where it needs to be. But mind you, this person's looking at where your focus is, and when you're focusing on them, they're going and hopping off to Susan, they're hopping off to Devontae's house, they're hopping off to whoever, Sally, Simon, masculine, feminine, I don't care who you deal with, what you deal with, gender is not specific. They are watching you work hard. And while you're working hard on possibly working towards this, collaborating, making things easier, you know, working smarter, not harder for your future, for the both of you, this person's entertaining another person, possibly for physical means, while you are the one who is more focused. There's something about your stability that's going to make somebody's life easier. So what do they do for work? What's their situation financially? What's the situation financially? Eight of Swords. Okay. So situation financially. Seven of Wands. Ten of Swords. They may have just lost their job. This could be somebody who's in a bind. They don't know what to do. Be aware of somebody quickly wanting you to sign a contract, come live with you. This is looking like a homosexual at this point. Five of Swords in the reverse. Spirit is telling you, you really need to give some space and time to make this decision. And there's something specific that you could have spoken about with somebody. I know I've said it a few times, but it's coming out to me. Something that you are thinking of taking a leap on. You're either about to find out some sort of news that's going to put that into a hell to the no category, or you need to give this more time before intertwining yourself in something where you're going to be finding out hella skeletons in closets here, and you would have already have intertwined yourself, especially if this involves a pregnancy, family planning with somebody, you know, taking something to the next level, residency, home, them coming to live with you, you going to live with them, you getting a place together. There's something you need to look at very carefully. You could even find something out from a family member. If the children's scenario is relevant to you, you could be finding something out from a fire sign child if you have a fire sign child. Now, this could be like, you know, your child talks, you know, and they're going to tell you some information. I can think of many a time when my child has told me some information. The good thing about children is they don't have a filter, okay? So if that's a scenario that resonates for you, you're about to find something out about somebody who you have a child with. Fire sign energy is very, very prominent here. For some of you, someone is seeing a fire sign on the side while seeing you. The third party could be a fire sign. You could have a fire sign child. You could be dealing with a fire sign. Could be triple fire sign here, or double fire sign. But you are not that way inclined. You could very much be stability focused, future focused, goal focused. That's the opportunist energy, where they're looking at you, and they're looking at you over there, building what you're building, possibly for the both of you, or to contribute, or to put your portion in and then some. And then that's the opportunity where they're choosing to hop off to go see another person. Brace yourself. I feel like you're going to get some news. It might take the wind out of you a little bit, but think of it like this. If you are about to commit to something or get into some sort of contract and you find this out, you have dodged a major bullet. This is almost like spirit revealing something to you with that high priestess in the reverse in the nick of time, before intertwining yourself, before having kids with this person. And, you know, kids are a blessing at the end of the day, but I'm sure many people out there, okay, many people, and I'm going to say something that might have a mixed opinion, and I'm just going to say it. I'm sure many people out there with children, you know, who may have committed, you know, got themselves into marriages, took big moves with a person that are not reversible, you know, lifetime responsibilities, lifetime contracts. Where it comes to children, you have that children until they're 18 plus, and even then the work doesn't stop, because you've got to support your offspring in one way, shape or form. But that's of age. They're of age to go and make it for themselves, if you like. But I'm sure many a person can sit here and say, while they're watching this, that they wish they had maybe had a revelation before committing to certain things, before, you know, committing to certain long-term responsibilities. Really look at who you're dealing with, okay? Don't go too fast, okay? Something here about not going too fast, because I feel like somebody's about to either dodge a major bullet, or you need to wait some time. There's no rush. It could save you a hell of a lot of stress, a hell of a lot of rigmarole, a hell of a lot of disruption, if you just hang on a little bit to let spirit reveal what they need to reveal. But like I say, I'm sure many a person may have got themselves into situations with certain people where they wish they hadn't committed to long-term responsibilities with certain people. But, you know, things happen the way that they do, and at the end of the day, it is a lesson. So if that is you, you know, it's a lesson, and it's what you can take from it, you know. One thing about children, they very much do teach you a lot about life, you know, especially when you become a parent. So regardless of anything, you know, one of my biggest lessons came from having a child myself, and I can say that much. Okay, Capricorn, brace yourself. That was your reading. If you like how I read, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. But until next time, sending you love and light. I will see you soon. Mwah. You take care.